I'm Nolan Crawford with Lepid Krager Realtors and Crawford Real Estate Group in Iowa City, and this is my most common asked question. So let's get into it. The buyer's agency agreement is simply an agreement between you, the buyer, and me, the realtor, that outlines expectations, the work that I'm gonna do for you, how long the agreement goes for, and how I get compensated for my work. That's all it is at its core. Think of a contract with any other professional, a contractor, an accountant, a photographer. Before the professional starts working for you, you agree on terms. It provides clarity and protection. I think it's a really good thing because it provides protection for you just as much as it does for me. Who doesn't want a little extra protection? So why the buyer's agency agreement exists? You've probably seen news recently nationwide regarding real estate and new laws and regulations. Okay, there's a massive settlement on how buyer's agents got compensated for their work. If you bought a home before August 17th, 2024, you probably never signed a buyer's agreement because they didn't exist. Now they're required. See, in the past, the seller's side almost always covered the buyer's agent compensation entirely. It wasn't really talked about. Now, it's negotiated and it's disclosed. It's disclosed up front in writing. Now, luckily for our buyers, sellers still pay the commission almost 99% of the time, but that's negotiated and disclosed up front. So what that means, it's more transparency. Everything is disclosed. That's the point of the buyer's agreement. Transparency, clarity, and protection, okay? So what it means for the buyer. Here's what I want you to understand when signing a buyer's agency agreement. Number one, it does not mean you are required to buy a home, okay? Not locked in. Two, it does not mean that you are stuck working with the agent you signed it with forever. You can use another agent if you want to. There's ways to go about that. Discuss that with your realtor. Three, it does not mean you're giving up your ability to make decisions. I can't disclose that enough, okay? You're still in charge. We guide the process, we provide information, but you're still in charge. Here's what it does mean. Okay? It means that we're agreeing to work together for the reasonable terms of the contract or the agreement, and we agree on what that looks like. Most buyer's agency agreements have reasonable terms, okay? They cover things like the specific time period, the geographic area, they outline what exactly compensation looks like. Everything is negotiable and everything is disclosed up front. Remember, in most cases, the seller agrees to cover the buyer's agent commission as a part of the negotiation when writing an offer on a home, okay? That's so important, what I do for you, okay? When you work with me under a buyer's agency agreement, what you're getting is a dedicated professional and advocate on your side of the transaction, okay? I help you search for homes, understand the local market. We're gonna write competitive offers. We're gonna handle negotiations the right way and get you the best deal possible. And then we're gonna navigate inspections and the remedy requests, which is the hardest part of the process. And finally, it's gonna end with me sitting at the closing table with you, representing you, making sure that we've done everything we can to make this transaction go smoothly, okay? You get all of it. That's what I'm here for. When you work with a realtor, you're getting someone who is legally and ethically obligated to represent your best interests, okay? Here's a little disclaimer. It's something that I want to be upfront about. You don't have to sign anything just to start the home buying process, okay? Or just to have a conversation with me. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to search for homes for you, talk about the market, and even send you different listings that I think would be a good fit. You're still in the early stages of buying, and that's okay. But where the agreement does come into play, when you're ready, is there has to be a signed buyer's agency agreement to tour houses and to write an offer. Those are the two really big things. okay? But we gotta make sure that we're a good fit for each other. What I often tell people, I wanna work with you, of course I wanna work with you. If you don't wanna work with me, I probably don't wanna work with you. That makes for an awkward relationship. And I was just talking to a team member the other day. There's realtors with one type of personality for a reason, and there's realtors with another type of personality for a reason. You wanna be a good fit to work together. You're not gonna hire a wedding photographer on your wedding day that you don't like. Simple as that. Same thing with a realtor. So I wanted to thank you for listening to this explanation of the buyer's agreement. I hope it made you a little bit more comfortable today. But if you have any more questions, or if you just want to start thinking about buying a home, or if you want to know more about the market, whatever it is, I'd love to sit down, grab coffee with you, discuss the buyer's agreement, walk you through every step, and make sure you're comfortable, knowledgeable, and you're just completely ready before we even start the home buying process, okay? That's the most important part. Always gonna be. It's a stressful process already. My job is to provide value to you, relieve stress, and make the process go as smoothly as possible, okay? If you have questions, like I said, you can reach me at 319-853-1324, or you can go to www.crawfordrealestategroup.com. That's www.crawfordrealestategrp.com. I hope to hear from you. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I cannot wait for future videos.